gave him too much time. Why do we say that? Because he's shown you the standard of excellence. And his teammates execute every single time. So that's the difference.
Well, where did that come from, though? Do that knowledge come from above and it trickles down to the bottom? Where do you think that come from? Because Brady couldn't make himself, right? So break that down.
I think that, so when we look at any team,
right?
Why do you think Kansas City is winning right now?
I think that they done already pledged the hardship with Andy Reid when he was with Philly.
Correct.
He went through all of that growing pain. He went through all of that hardship, right? Because they was already a team that could win every year, but they just never could get over the hump. They've been to the Super Bowl before, but then he went to Kansas City, and they were still winning with the other quarterback, Alex Smith.
That's my point. So you have Alex Smith and a heavy-loaded team. They don't get it done.
They don't get it done at all.
Watch Pat Mahomes. And I get he got great arm talent.
Right.
But do you think that there's some sort of leadership quality that he possessed that the whole team get behind?
Right, true that.
That's my point. So the thing is that it has to come from Dak.
But here we go. Hear me out, because they're going to call me a Dak Prescott apologist, right?
Okay.
But if you contextualize what happened to the Chiefs.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. But what if we could put everything in context, right? What happened to the Chiefs the last time they was in the Super Bowl when they went up against Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
And offensive
line. So when you see an issue, you see a problem, do you avoid it or do you go ahead and take care of it?
Well, that's the standard of excellence. So if you're talking about the X's and O's, these are two different conversations. If we're talking about the talent level, yes, the talent level got to elevate. If we're talking about, and not only the talent level got to elevate, but the coaching level got to elevate. But again, that goes back to the standard of excellence. Everybody has to hold that standard.
True.
Right? So that's at the end of the day, it's like, listen, if you know that in the draft room, if you know that you got issues, the standard of excellence says we're going to handle these issues. Right? That's the player personnel, that's the X's and O's. The thing that makes you a champion is going above and beyond when people don't believe that you can go to another level.
True.
You got to think about this. We look at Tom Brady now and say, oh my God, this guy's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time. It was multiple teams that didn't believe that, including his own team that passed up on him 6 times.
6 times.
So Tom Brady made that happen. So what I'm saying is that if I say it got to come from Dak, I'm not saying Dak is not doing enough. I'm saying Dak, you got to do more.
You got to do more. You got to do more and going beyond the beyond. I get that.
Regardless if the line break down or not. You got to get the first down. Regardless if the back misses the block
True that.
You got to put the ball on the numbers.
Regardless
if you got pressure or not.
I definitely ain't going to debate you on that part of it. So at the end of the day, if it's 2nd and 2 and the Cowboys offensive coordinator called that, you can't throw that. You got to sit to yourself and say, inside your own 20.
Call that BS. This is the excellence.
It's on me.
I'm changing the play.
True.
I've been a part of that. I've been a part of being in the huddle. The offensive coordinator calls some bullshit. The quarterback come up there and say, hey, we're not running that, we're running this. And so this is the thing. Now, here comes the responsibility of everybody, right?
Trust me on that.
Because
it ain't going to pick up till about 9 o'clock.
We got to execute. If this quarterback about to take this risk of getting his ass chewed out for not executing what it was called originally, we got to make it work.
Get some, Boss Cowboy, to make sure. Okay.
Tell you this, one thing about Dak, and I'm the dude that keep it real. A lot of people don't like that. I keep it real. This is the thing about Dak that I always felt. I felt like sometimes you can be a little bit too company man.
That's my point. Right, remember I said if they call some BS and you know it's BS, you got to change
I didn't even hear that because I was talking to him.
You got to change that. You got to change that.
See, we were just talking about that with Terrence Williams, so we just interviewed Terrence Williams. Same thing. That's what I mean by company man, and to me, that's not...
Because you out there, bro.
You
know what I mean? So that's like me when I had a couple of offensive line coaches. John Kugler and Bill Callahan were the best offensive line coaches I ever had. Bill understood body. He understood how the body moved, all of that type of stuff. So he puts you in technical positions to make you succeed. Sean played. So we can have all of this technique stuff.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you right now, at the end of the day, how Sean was, hey, look, do your technique, block that motherfucker. Right?
Hey.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you didn't take the right step, but you got his ass blocked.
Hey,
right?
Yeah.
That's the point. So, to your point, to company, man, I'm saying, you've done the study, you've done the research, you know the feel of the game. They can only see it. You're operating on it.
Yeah.
No, that ain't it. This is it. We're doing this. And be strong in that.
Yeah.
And then the excellence aspect, like I said, is when your quarterback does that, offensive line, running backs, receivers, if we call a run and we need to pass, receivers know your hots, know your coverage. Offensive line, know your progressions, know your pass rushing techniques, know your blitzes. Do I see the safety cheated over? Are the linebackers on offside levels? Understand, here comes the cross dog. Is the safety pulled up? Here comes cover zero. Receivers know your hots, back know your block. Every offensive line, block A gap to B gap. We gotta know this.
Hey, we're gonna have to get you onto a studio with the OC. Cause you just osmosis, right? Hey, look, we gotta do this, man. You play left tackle, right tackle, all of them, right?
From left all the way to right.
All the way to the right. Even center, get in.
We know.
Yeah,
hey,
know it.
It's like excellence. This is excellence as an offensive lineman. When we done the research, we done the study. When we get across the 50-yard line, here come their heavy blitz team.
Look what my guy say. Steve White says new media.
Hey,
that's what we are. We literally doing that right now, man. Live in Sports Car.
Understand this stuff, man. That's my point. I'm going on my rant. That's the standard of excellence. I know, okay, I'm a left tackle. This defensive end, when we get past the 50, he like to give more shakes. When we get close inside the 20, he want to bull rush. He gets tired in the third quarter. Like, these are the nuances that make a championship team. We used to have to do reports. If we wasn't starting or we wasn't playing, the backups would have to do reports and give the report to our offensive line about each individual person that's the pass rusher. All the way down to the backups. Hey, 74 like the spin move. He like the cross arm rip. He like the dip on third down. Hey, from our offensive guards to defensive tackle, he a heavy person. They really got shake. When it comes to the run game, he gonna stay stout. We can run zone around him. We have to do this stuff.
Got to do it.
But everybody, what happens is though, when our starter got hurt, remember, next man up. We've already been doing reports. We already know the scheme. We already know what's happening. We're ready to execute.
Man.
That's excellence, bro.
Hey, one more thing for me real quick. Tomlin seemed like he embraced imperfection. Because I saw one time Troy Polamalu, he just jumped over the line of scrimmage and got a sack.
Right. Tennessee.
And this is what I loved about Tomlin. He walked up to him, he was laughing. He said, man, you break every fundamental. You break every defensive fundamental, like all the principles. But it's okay. And he started laughing.
Okay. All right, we get Bob Lilly on the show, man. I appreciate you so much for jumping in, man.
Cowboy great.
Cowboys great.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to let Bob Lilly get that mic right there? You good?
Yeah. I saw my man say, so he says, so Dak's problem is he don't want to change the play. Listen, don't miss what we're saying. We're using that as an example. The example
5 minutes.
The example is that you got to be willing to go outside of what you're being told to do when you're the person inside the game understanding the feel of it. Right? You got to wave that off. No, this is what's working. And listen, your offensive coordinators, a lot of them, if they don't have real big egos, which I haven't met too many of them that don't, they'll respect that. They'll respect that. Their whole thing is, all right, motherfucker, if you call it, it don't work.
Can we talk about that real quick? That's why I think Dak getting ready to take the next step. Because I saw something in Mike McCarthy where he said, Dak said, what should we do, coach? And he said, what you think we should do? See, Dak, in my opinion, never had somebody that said, hey, man, this is your offense. It's always been somebody giving him
you want to let Bob sit where you at?
Oh, yeah,
put the two offensive line guys right there, man.
Right. No, he played defense.
But I thought he played both sides.
Oh, he did?
No, well, we asked him then. You know.
My bad.
Hey, before my time.
You
gotta let you come in. You gotta give him.
Absolutely.
We got an O-line guy, defensive tackle guy.
How you doing? Tony Hills. Yeah, absolutely.
Law Nation. Nice to meet you. I'm shaking a legend hand.
Yes, sir. Mr. Bob Lilly himself.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Walter. Appreciate you so much,
Walter, man.
Yes, indeed.
My name is BossCowboySports. That's Law
Yes,
Nation.
indeed.
Yeah. So, yeah, I go by Boss Cowboy. But because it's you can even call me Marcus. You're going to be the only person in the world that let you call me by my real name.
Marcus and them. Yes, indeed. Boy, we having not a good time, but a great time out here live at SportsCom, brought to you by Inside the Huddle. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We got legacies here. We got guys that got Super Bowl rings. He got a Super Bowl ring with the Steelers, and he got a Super Bowl ring with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go. Let's get it.
Ring. Yeah, you know, it ain't nothing. With these guys, it ain't nothing. Little college ring.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. We still talk about you to this day.
Yeah.
So that's the relevance and the impact that you've had on the game, man. So I'm honored to sit next to you.
Man.
I enjoyed it.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I enjoyed the storylines about you, you know, because, you know, I'm an 80s baby, yeah, right? And I don't like the Cowboys at all. I love the Cowboys. And this is what I do in my sleep. I wake up, I think about the Cowboys, I think about how we can get better. What do you see?
What? About the Cowboys?
Yeah, about the Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
I love the Cowboys, especially the old ones.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Jethro and Rayfield, George Henry and Leroy Jordan.
Leroy Jordan, Roger Staubach, all of those. Yeah.
Cornell Green is one of my best friends. Anyway, we've lost a lot of people.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I'm getting older, like about 84.
You look great.
Great. You're great. So how you enjoying the SportsCon?
Oh, it's great. I've never been here before.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time.
Set up your mic. Let me see. What mic, Bob? Okay, we're going to help him out.
Turn
all right.
them all up.
We're going to turn them all the way up. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Lilly, you know, we having a big, very good conversation. What's your name again?
Tony Hill.
Tony Hill. I knew it was Tony.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Tony, he won the national championship at Texas as well as with Pittsburgh. So we sitting with you as a champion. What we've been really focusing on is championship culture. So we heard his perspective of what makes a championship culture. What's your perspective of the Dallas Cowboys and creating a championship culture from how you experienced it?
Well, my experience was that we started out in 1960.
Yeah.
I came to the Cowboys in 61 from TCU. We had all the players from 1960. The original team were from a pool.
Okay.
Except for Meredith and Perkins. And they were traded. We traded away future draft choices. And I was their first draft choice the next year.
Wow.
Mr. Football. Mr. Cowboy.
So we had guys that were 7 or 8 years old that had never started for other teams. Some of them had, some of them hadn't. And we did have some good ones. Frank Clark was one of them. We had some good ones. But anyway, we had to rebuild. It took us about 5 years, and we started getting in the playoffs. And we moved up nearly every year in the playoffs. And finally, in 1970, we went to our first Super Bowl. 71, we won our first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we were in 5 NFC championships.
5 of them.
7 NFC championships. And anyway, we finally got there, and then they built on that.
No.
They got Tony Dorsett. We got Billy Joe Dupree while I was there. Rayfield Wright.
Murphy,
Ed
okay.
Jones, Harvey Martin. All those guys. I taught Harvey and Ed.
Army lad.
They played right next to me. Each of them for a year. I taught them what to look for. Whenever they put pressure on their fingers, that means they're going to knock your head off.
Physical violence.
And when they get close together and they back off the ball, they're probably going to pull that way.
Wow.
When they're all in the middle, the guard, they're regular, and they're off the ball with no pressure, probably a pass play.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get to where you can tell. Then I said, be sure and look at their fingers, and then their eyes and their whiskers. Back then, I could see their whiskers.
Yeah, wow.
He's giving the tips. He's giving the tips and the tricks away, man.
Yeah.
Tony, you say that y'all been studying Mr. Lilly. What about Mr. Lilly, Tony, that y'all used to study, even as obviously much younger, but preparing for what you used to prepare for when you was in the NFL?
Yeah, so the reality is that when you look at Cowboys legends, what you look for me, was how was their intensity from the first quarter to the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if they are the same in the first as they are in the fourth, there's a couple of things that tells me. First of all, their shape is amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? The way that they dedicate themselves to the game and building their body is amazing.
Yeah.
Their sheer will to win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The thing about him and Mr. White, tenacity.
Yeah.
Tenacity.
Right?
That's my word right there, baby.
Like, you, as a lineman, you're taught like, hey, you got to make sure you sustain this block for a particular amount of time.
Yeah.
But when you watch them play, there is no clock.
Yeah.
If they fighting, you fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to fight through the whistle.
Yeah.
Because they're going to fight through the whistle.
Yeah.
So it elevates your game. So in my mindset, that's when I started to realize, okay, I was taught a certain thing about the game as an offensive lineman, right? But there's always next levels.
Right.
Which is why he's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, hey, honestly, Tony, I'm shocked that you even studied Bob Lilly.
I studied everybody.
Wow.
I studied anybody that I could pull anything from. Like I was a utility player.
Yeah.
So anybody that I could pull anything from. So you talk about Bob Lilly. I studied Reggie White, and I was an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Bob Lilly, Randy White.
Wow,
because
Tony.
the teams that I went to, I went and found who are the greats.
Who are the greats?
And what is it that they have that I might be able to emulate?
Right.
It gives me an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? Reggie White, my uncle is Santana Dotson.
Yeah.
Right? So I got to see it from a different perspective. When you go to the offensive side of the ball, Tony Munoz, Chris Samuels. A lot of people don't remember how cold Chris Samuels was, right?
Yeah.
Walter Jones.
Okay.
Right? I think Chris Samuels the most because my style of play emulate. We had the same body type.
Yeah. Washington team, right?
Yeah. You talk about some of the newer players. My big bro, Jonathan Scott, which a lot of people don't know about him.
Yeah.
But he was a good offensive lineman from the University of Texas. I learned how to play that from him.
Yeah.
So I took what I could from anybody and put that into my game. It was like a big old gumbo.
Yeah.
God dog, boy.
Hey, you know Clarence Hill?
Yes, indeed. We got Clarence Hill up in here, man. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We got legends all around, man. I appreciate y'all,
I know
man.
that UT, man. Everybody know each other at UT.
Yeah, man. It's a real big. We connect, man.
Yeah, I see.
There's so many different people that lawyers, doctors,
Right.
former
Now, y'all
players.
network great. I got to give UT credit. Mr. Lilly, what would you give advice to these younger players? Because you know how it is. We say back in my day. Like,
Back
we
in my
all
day.
do that. But it's a lot of truth to it. Like, what do you think we could be better at in the NFL right now that you guys was doing?
Well, as far as defense, especially the defensive line and linebackers, I think the number one thing is to practice getting off the ball quickly and your agility. And for me, racquetball was the deal.
Okay.
We ran the ropes every day, and I got my guys out there. We played racquetball for about 30 minutes after practice.
At gyms.
I played it off season.
Quickness.
You get to where you can see that ball coming at 100 miles an hour.
Right.
You can get out of the way of somebody and hit the ball. And you learn to play with both hands.
Right.
Yes.
Hand placement, disengagement, and all of that. Yeah.
The last thing was pushing the sled.
Yeah.
Building up your hips and thighs. And your torso, so you don't get pushed around.
No doubt.
Once the guy pushes you around once in a game, he thinks he can do it every time.
Yeah. So that's great, man. This is Mr. Cowboy, brought to you by SportsCon, presented by Inside the Huddle. My name is Law Nation Sports. We got Hill, we got Mr. Cowboy, we got Boss Cowboy as well. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's a legend right there, ladies and gentlemen. Brought to you by SportsCon. Let's get it. Let's go.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We'll be right back, Cowboy Nation. Let's go.